Edomites are done. Giving all praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Rakakwadash. Double honor to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who will. Peace, salutation, and blessings to the elect. Hey, just another walking talk back in the nature trail, and the spirit jumped on me to go into the topic of the Edomites. You see, because pursuant to prophecy, okay, in the end days and the latter days, Esau, Edom, the so-called, the devil, according to the Bible, the so-called self-proclaimed white man, you see, in the end days, he would be here and he would be doing devilish, diabolical shit. You see, excuse my language. And nevertheless, hey, prophecy goes into Esau, Edom's fall. 2nd Ezra 6 and verse 9. You see, for Esau, Edom is the end of the world, and Jacob and that word world that goes into aeon. Okay, an age. You see, the end of this age. You see, as they are pushing the golden dawn on left-handed witchcraft shit. Excuse my language once again, not to be vulgar, but you see with the golden dawn, Donald Trump, everything's golden age, golden this, golden that. You see, and it goes back to left-handed witchcraft, because the Edomites think they're about to set up their their kingdom on this earth, you see. But the scriptures say, hey, the scriptures prophesy against that, you see. Let's go here. This is the book of Seir, chapter 10, verse 4. It says, the power of the earth is in the hand of the Lord, Yahweh, and in due time he will set, see, Daniel 4 and 17. Okay, that's going into Antiochus, okay, or Antiochus, you see. But you can also apply it to today's time, man. You see, Daniel 4 and 17. Let's get it. Let's get it. This is the book of Daniel, chapter 4 and verse 17. It says, this matter is by the decree of the watchers and the demand by the word of the holy ones, the Malachim, the angels, okay, to the intent that the living may know that the Most High ruleth in the kingdom of men, and giveth it to whomsoever he will. And you see, so he giveth the kingdom, rulership, dominion, the power, okay, of the earth to whosoever he will, man. You see? And Esau, Edom has been chosen, okay, in the latter days to be the ruler and to be completely taken out. Let's go here. This is the book of Revelation 11 and 18. I'll start at 17. I'll start at 18. It says, and the nations were angry, and thy wrath is come, and the time of the dead that they should be judged, and that thou shouldest give reward unto thy servants, the prophets. Okay. And it's going to be bestowed a reward. Okay. A honor. Okay. An honor for the prophets to judge righteously, back against those that have did what the scriptures were going into right here. We'll read it one more time. Revelation 11 and 18. And the nations were angry, and thy wrath is come, in the time of the dead that they should be judged, and that thou shouldest give reward unto thy servants the prophets, and to the saints, and them that fear thy name, small and great. And should his hey, Esau, and should his look, it's about to say it. Okay. Revelation 11:18, and the nations were angry, and thy wrath is come in the time of the dead, that they should be judged, and that thou shouldest give reward unto thy servants, the prophets, and to the saints. The saints are Israelites, man. Okay. And them that fear thy name, small and great, and shouldest destroy them. And who has did destruction? Esau. Look into the earth, trash everywhere, pollution everywhere. Space, land, space size trash out in space. Okay. Earthquakes, fracking. You see, deforestation. You see, oil random, quote unquote random oil spills in the waters. You know, the heart program. You know, this man is a devil. You see, Job 9:24, Psalm 64. You see, Psalms 2. These devils think that they are hey, oh man, you see, but the saints, the Israelites are going to be given. Let's go back to Seir 10. Seir 10:4 says, the power of the earth is in the hand of the Lord, and in due time he will, in due time, you see, in due time, and that time is near. He will set over it one that is profitable. You see, what profits the earth? Righteousness. You see, because what is righteousness? Every let's get that word profitable, just for edification's sake. We'll go to the etymology. Let's go to the etymology. Excuse me. Profit. It says income derived from an office, property, transaction, benefit, spiritual benefit. You see? Spiritual benefit, you know? So the earth is going to benefit spiritually. And the scripture say, let's get this. The book of Ephesians. Wrestle not against. Let's get that. It's like it. Ephesians 6:12. It says, for we wrestle not. I'll read it in the NLT. For we are not fighting against flesh and blood enemies, but against evil rulers and authorities of the unseen world. Okay? Against mighty powers in this dark world. You see? And against evil spirits in the heavenly places. Okay? So on the left hand, with Esau, Edom, pursuant to Job 9:24, the elites, okay, they are the witches and warlocks of this new Babylon empire, man. You see, let's go here. Google search. Chaldeans. Okay. Chaldean sorcerers from Google says Chaldean sorcerers often referred to as Chaldeans, and the scriptures go into the Babylonians, Isaiah 47. Okay. It says, were a specific class of learned individuals in ancient Mesopotamia, known for their expertise in magic, witchcraft, okay, astrology, witchcraft, and other occult arts. They were associated with the Babylonian Empire and were considered masters of incantation, sorcery, and witchcraft. Expertise in the occult, Chaldeans were recognized for their proficiency in divination, astrology, and the interpretation of dreams, okay? It says they were believed to have a deep understanding of the magical arts and were seen as skilled in practices like incantation and sorcery, okay? So witches and warlocks, okay? Which, what do you have today? Hollywood, a Babylonian church. You see a Babylonian priesthood, okay? Which, to my knowledge, well, no. Every witch and every person in Hollywood, are to my knowledge, okay, it's believed, it's said to be that every person in Hollywood is a initiated witch or warlock. You see? So, hey, you have these people back on the scene today, and look into the media, look into the propaganda, okay, the predictive programming. You see, they show you, okay, what's going to happen before it happens. You see, predictive programming. They're prophesying on the left hand side. You see, as a priest of Baal. Let's go to back to the to read the Chaldeans Babylonian connection. The Chaldeans were primarily linked to the Babylonian Empire, and their reputation for magical prowess. Let's get that for edification as well. Prowess, skill, or expertise. Okay. It says, and their reputation for magical prowess was so strong that the term Chaldean itself became synonymous with magician. You see? And you got Marina A, okay, a witch, okay, into spirit cooking. You see, which involves cannibalism. Okay, a deep, heavy witchcraft. You see, and you can look into that. You know, she calls Donald Trump. Oh, well, I seen. No, I would just say do your research on Marina, Marina A. You know, Marina is matter of fact, because yeah, she's done a lot of wickedness on the earth. Witch, let's see. Marina A. Witch. Marina Abramovit. You know, look into her. Spirit cooking. A complete witch. B. Let's go back to the Chaldeans. Chaldeans sorcery. Go back to the same one where we just said sorcery. We'll read from here. It says the ancient Chaldeans were known for their expertise in astronomy, astrology, and what were perceived as magical practices including, sorcery, divination, and dream interpretation. While they were a powerful group in ancient Babylonia and played a significant role in revitalizing its cities, their association with magic and divination also shaped their reputation. Okay? Their magical practices included incantations and spells, often aimed at warding off evil spirits or diseases. And these witches and warlocks, they push out. They push out that energy, the spells, okay, to throw out diseases, you see, for population control, man. You see, the left hand is about destruction, all about destruction, man. You see, that's enough on that though. Let's go to Isaiah, the 47th chapter. Because we're wrestling against witches and warlocks, man. Isaiah 47. I'll start at 13. Thou art wearied in the multitude of thy counsels, okay? And the elites are meeting. They meet in secret. Psalm 64. You see? And devise, okay? Go and meditate upon enchantments, witchcraft, wickedness, That's what they do. Excuse me. Coming through a little puddle or whatnot. Edomites are weird, man. Edomites are fucking weird. Edomites are fucking weird, man. Then these heathen nations, they're gonna be put into subjection too. They're gonna be put into complete subjection, man. Looking at you crazy. Hey, the Israelites are being completely just this misrepresented, man. The Israelites are being completely misrepresented. Looked at as black niggas, blacks. Niggas smoking a cigarette, looking at, hey, we need out of this world, man. And let's finish out the scriptures. Thou art weary, Isaiah 47. Thou art wearied in the multitude of thy counsels. Let now the astrologers, the stargazers, the astrologers, we just got that. The monthly prognosticators, the stargazers, the monthly prognosticators, stand up. Stand up and save thee from these things that shall come upon thee. You see? Hey, and nothing but hell is coming to you Edomites, man. Nothing but hell, man. Verse 14. Behold, they shall be as stubble. It's a lot of traffic outside right now, but behold, they shall be as stubble. Okay? The fire shall burn them. Now, what is this fire going into, man? Let's finish the scripture. I'll read it one more time. Behold, they shall be as stubble. The fire shall burn them. Okay? They shall not deliver themselves from the power of the flame. There shall not be a coal to warm it, nor fire to sit before it. You see? It's not going to be a fire to sit before this shit, man. You see? Not going to be a fire, man. Let's go here. Joel chapter 3. Joel chapter 3. This is the second chapter of Joel 2. This is the book of Joel, chapter 2. It's like, yeah, let's get right to the point. Joel, chapter 2, verse 3, it says, a fire devoureth before them, okay? And behind them a flame burneth, you see? And that flame burneth, that burneth behind them. And let me read it one more time. A fire devoureth before them, and behind them a flame burneth. Okay, and that's going into the rocket propulsion system. See, that's launching the ICBM missiles, man. You see? It says, the land is as the Garden of Eden before them, and behind them a desolate wilderness. It says the land is as the Garden of Eden before them. And that's going into what? Normalcy. You know, you got beautiful land masses on the earth that have not been touched by the missiles yet, man. But they're going to be laid desolate, as the scriptures are about to go into. You see? It says, and behind them a desolate wilderness. It says, yeah. Okay? And nothing shall escape them. You see? This is going to be a desolate wilderness once those missiles touch down, man. You see? It's going to be desolation through America is going to be completely destroyed off the map, man. Completely destroyed. Okay? And you're going to have other land masses touched by war, man. You see? You're going to have other places touched by war. For example, the Holy Land, which those imposters, those gutter rats are dwelling in, man. Fake the imposters, okay, which pursuant to the book of Lamentations, chapter 4, if I'm not mistaken, or the book of Lamentations, they have stolen our identity, man. You see, and call themselves the Israelites. And it's a recompense for that, man. You see? It's a recompense for that. You see? I'll read Joel chapter 2, verse 3 again. It says, a fire devoureth before them, and behind them a flame burneth. The land is as the Garden of Eden before them. You see? And behind them a desolate wilderness. There's not going to be nothing left when those missiles touch down, man. You see? It says, yeah, and nothing shall escape them. You see? So it's going to be a complete annihilation for those that are anybody that is left on the soils of America. You know? Shalom.